Helmets and Heels on 1010XL.
Welcome in, everybody. Aaron Beasley in the house joining us today. We've had, 11 Victory Mondays and a Victory Tuesday so far this season? That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good times.
Did you put that on your ticket?
No, I didn't. I did not.
Was it 9.5 games?
8.5, yeah. But the over, but they're crushing that.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Man.
13-4 on our way, man. That's just unbelievable.
Hopefully 13-4.
Yeah.
I feel really confident about this one. I wasn't too confident last week. I knew we'd win, like I said, but I feel pretty confident about this one. The line just jumped. We were just talking about that, so that's interesting. Up a couple points, but
From
I think
10.5 to 12.
we should handle them, man. And we should handle the Titans and have a big old party after the game, celebrating the AFC South Championship. It's
Fans
quite
party,
incredible.
not the players.
What?
Fans party.
Fans, yeah,
not the players.
yeah,
not the
them
players.
too, yeah.
The
We got
players,
another game after
from
that.
what we've been
No,
told,
we didn't.
players
And
haven't
us.
celebrated anything.
We didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, the players have a singular focus. That is go 1-0 and then figure out who you're going to play in the first round of the playoffs. Obviously, that would be here if they do go 1-0. But yeah, I don't think that Liam Cohen is allowing any sort of celebrations at this point in time.
Whatever. They'll be celebrating the division title. They will. And then he'll be like, we're done. You get to celebrate it, and then you're done and get ready for the next game. But it's a big accomplishment. I mean, they should celebrate it.
Huge.
They've earned it, and to do what they've done in 1 year is absolutely remarkable. We didn't know it. We didn't think 12-4. I mean, I think we 10-7, 9-8, somewhere around there.
I had either 11 or 12.
We felt like pretty good, about them. But man, they've really just blown away expectations.
I think I did the math wrong when we did the video with the preseason predictions. I think I had 12 on my sheet, but I think in the video I ended up with 11. So I was like, either way.
You're like,
but I was
Remember
still,
that day.
that's me always being super optimistic.
Yeah.
I didn't see what we're seeing now. I definitely didn't see. I didn't know that the addition of Jacoby Myers would transform this passing offense and Trevor would be a lethal weapon out there and that they would have the number one overall run defense for much of the season and have all these takeaways. That formula, I would never have predicted.
Yeah, and that's what, for me, I had been more of like the pessimist the years before, where I think the most I had them winning was 8 games in the previous 3 seasons to this last year, and I went to 10 this year. And the reason for that was coaching for me. And I just felt like there were too many games last year that they were in the final seconds and couldn't win those one-score games, and a lot of players were playing out of position and bigger than they should have been, and there was just a lot of issues that to me coaching was directly going to fix. So that gave me a couple wins in that. I also was in the mindset of Travis Hunter obviously was one of the guys that you felt like was going, and that's not the reason we're talking about it right now, but there were so many things that to me pointed to this team could be better, and a lot of it is just coaching in general. And if you were going to say that Liam Cohen is the hire, which we all said that, we loved that and how he's going to be able to transform Trevor Lawrence, then you would see some development and Trevor getting better. But yeah, 12-13 wins. I wasn't in that world whatsoever in May.
It's funny y'all say that because when I came in here, that was the first thing I was thinking about, the comparison from last year to this year. And, it was hard to judge. Like I was coming with the we'll see attitude.
Yeah.
Because first year coach, he's never been a head coach.
Yeah. Cautiously optimistic.
The coordinator, he was new to the game, and we didn't know if it was going to be the same thing because even in the preseason, it looked like that defense was going to be, oh, here we go with these MAs and miss assignments again, So, I mean, if you look back at last year, we didn't get blown out. It was just we didn't make the plays that we are making this year, and that's maturing as a team, and that's the biggest thing I see. I went back and looked at last year's, our record and our games. We were in every game if you think about it. Think just that Houston game from last year, the first game, the Miami game from last year. It was like stuff like that where in a long season like this, it comes back to bite you.
Yeah.
And now we're on the other side because of coaching.
Well, and I think a lot of it too is the accountability. I mean, you don't see the same mistakes. You kept seeing the same mistakes all year long. You're not seeing any. And if you are, they're getting nipped in the bud pretty quick. I know from mental errors and mental assignments, you're not seeing a lot. There's not a lot of wide open guys in coverage like we've seen in years past. I mean, how many blown coverages would we see? It's that accountability that Liam brings to the table, and it's needed. Again, it's that whole bringing in the right guys that love football, that are okay with being held accountable and are going to fix it. I mean, you look at our quarterback. He wasn't playing that great early on. He's playing okay. He had some really good moments, some really good games. Then he'd have some moments in games you're like, what the heck was that? But he's turned the corner big time. You got to credit the staff. You got to credit Trevor. You got to credit Jacoby coming in. That was a big figuring out that Diami wasn't going to be the guy to help out in this offense. What to do with Brian Thomas Jr., with his struggles. That finally came together a little bit. So it took some time. And look, again, all right, it's like expectations. We just want more. We like the blood. We like the victories. We want more. But the reality is this is the first year of first, for a year of first across the board. And what they're doing is it just blows me away. It's really, really, really impressive. And I agree with you as far as Liam keeping their head level. He's not going to let them get too crazy and too happy, but he's definitely got to celebrate because that's a big accomplishment.
We haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
Also,
well, winning the division.
The goal is to win a Super Bowl when
sure.
you play in the NFL.
Yeah, when you talk about expectations that we had preseason this year versus now, obviously with how well the season's gone, you talk about next year, no matter what happens from here on out, as long as the Jags don't lose to the Titans and then lose, I suppose, in the first round of the playoffs, I'll put that out there. But assuming that the Jags continue to play well, our expectations for next year are going to be sky high because we're going to expect, obviously, Trevor Lawrence to take another step, and now he's going to be Tom Brady, and year in and year out, he'll take his team to the AFC Championship.
Us four spent a lot of time at camp standing near or next to each other watching practice.
Yeah.
We weren't thinking 13 and 12 before that. I mean, it was like, man, they can't block anybody. The defensive ends are killing them.
Yeah, training camp, we spent a lot of time sweating, a lot of time just in general out there. Yeah. And what we thought we could extract from that and believed in our hearts was that Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker were about to have monster seasons.
Monster years, yep.
And the offense, Brian Thomas Jr. may not be a great season for him, but the offense outside of him looked pretty good. And they were going to run the football.
Yeah.
Yes, it does not exactly translate. So temper your expectations.
But next year, we're all going to be like, who cares if he dropped it? Who cares if he missed the block? They're going to be fine. They'll be fine. Just watch.
Of course. I want to ask you, Bees, as a former, obviously, NFL star cornerback, what has this, he's making a face, what has this secondary improved upon the most from the beginning of the season until now?
To me, it just looks like they're all on the same page. And it looks like, playing in rhythm, I was complaining earlier about, not jamming these guys and slowing them down. But I think that's kind of what they do in their scheme because they do so much disguising. And a lot of that, you have to be all on the same page just because you want everything to look the same. You want the quarterbacks reading on the run. You don't want to just let them know what coverage you're in because that's how we beat Cam the first game. He didn't know what coverage we were in.
Right.
And we're doing that to everyone. I mean, if you look at our defense and with our guys, man, they are getting – Trayvon Walker, when he was at D-line, inside, that was incredible to watch. By the way, I was screaming Duval so loud up in Philly bars, up in my little hometown. I had other people saying it with me, too. Because the Eagles weren't on yet, so they were all Duval. But it's just like, oh, man, but my man Jordan is out, though.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah.
That was a bummer to get that news on Christmas Day.
And, but next man up is the whole thing. I don't think their scheme is so complicated that someone else can't go in there because now you can put Jerry inside, I guess. Yeah. But the thing is, they just look like they're on the same page and everybody's playing coverage right.
Yeah, I think they're complementing the defensive front really well. Remember it was a Cincinnati game when Tyson got let go after. Remember he called an all-out blitz to Campanelli. Here we go. Campanelli all-out blitz. Remember he didn't jam T. Higgins and he went down and scored a touchdown and like, man, you can't do that. Yeah. Like, if I'm bringing 7, you have to run the coverage that I need you to run. And that's jamming the guys and not let them get a free release and not let them right off the ball. And you don't see that. You don't see those kind of things in the secondary. Again, I think it comes down to that, hey, man, this is what we expect, and you better do it. Because if you don't do it, we're going to find somebody that will. We'll go find our kind of guy, and you won't be here. They've proven that. They're not afraid to do it.
I like to bring this point because we had a lot more practice time than these dudes have right now. We had the OTA. We were out there. When Coach Capers came here and changed our whole system, it was easier for us to go into the season and just be right on point.
Right.
These guys, they don't practice as much as we do. They're not together as much as we are. And it took time, and that's the thing that you really do see, because, I mean, they practice maybe 2 hours a day.
No, you're right. You're right.
So,
right.
But
when we make jokes about camp, oh, how easy. But the reality is we did have a whole nother practice almost every day to go over plays, to go over playbooks, walkthroughs, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, they got to do a lot more on their own today, the players. They have to do a lot more on their own than we did because we were there. They don't have to be there as much. And they spend plenty of time. Don't get me wrong. It's not like they're leaving at lunch and having, they're sitting by the pool at their apartment complex. They're there most of the day, but it's just as far as going out on that field time, and having that field time, they restrict with the new CBA.
Didn't punters and kickers always do that?
Oh yeah,
Go get an order of pizza during 2 days.
They had those little play cars. They would like race each other out in the parking lot. We're like stuck in meetings, listening to this stuff, and their meetings is like, oh, good kick, oh, good kick. Oh, good kick. All right, you guys are done. You got about 2 hours to go mess around. Hey, you want to go play 9 holes? Stuff like that. That's why kickers and punters are looked upon differently. And here comes Scobie.
I was about to say, Scobie's going to call.
He's calling now.
Him and Money Mike.
Yeah, look, I think it's crazy to think how Greg Newsome, it just took him a little while to get, completely familiar with Anthony Campanile's scheme. Jakobi Meyers almost came in and it was a seamless transition, but both those guys obviously mid-season, and look where this team is now without. And I don't know how much better Tyson Campbell would have gotten as the season progressed, but
he wasn't their kind of guy.
Right, he wasn't their type of guy, and they are not afraid to move on from those types of guys. All right, we'll continue the Jaguars conversation. The top 5 reasons that the Jaguars have 12 wins, hopefully 13 by the time the season is over, is our conversation point when we return. Keep it right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Helmets and Heels, provided by Green Law Group. He watches the coach's film to find the things you might have missed. Jeff Loggeman checks the tape for you. Tuesdays during football season on Jaguars Today. Inspected by Napa Auto Care on 1010XL.
It's December. You need cash. You also need a new Kia Fast. At Kia on Atlantic, you can get both because it's our year-end cash bash. And during the Kia Season of New Tradition sales event, make no payments for up to 6 months. Or take advantage of 0% APR. Hurry and get to the year-end cash bash. Online at KiaOnAtlantic.com. Kia on Atlantic, your coastal Kia connection. For complete details, call 904-250-0587.
Helmets and Heels Tuesday, protected by Morgan & Morgan.
Looking to elevate your game night experience? Look no further than Best Bet. We're not just a card room, we're your destination for excitement, fun, and big wins. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to the game, we have something for everyone. Join us at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, or St. Augustine for thrilling tournaments, exciting promotions, and a vibrant atmosphere that will take your game night to the next level. Elevate your game night at Best Bet. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
It's about the hunt.
Captain Kevin Favor here with Captain Kirk and Jeff Loggeman. We take you from the water to the woods.
On the Nimnicht Outdoors Show. Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Let's go to the woods, y'all.
Saturday mornings from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
It's the Jaguars' final home game of the 2025 regular season, and you don't want to miss it. Join us for our fan appreciation game as the Jaguars face off against the Tennessee Titans in a can't-miss division matchup. It's your chance to cheer on the team as they take the field in their Prowler throwbacks for one last time this season. Secure your seats now and be a part of the action. Go to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000.
Hey guys, if you messed up by getting her a robot vacuum cleaner for Christmas, Beard's Diamonds can get you out of the doghouse. Now through New Year's weekend, you can still get that stunning piece of jewelry and save up to 44%. Everything's included: rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, bands, all the gifts women love every day of the year. But hurry, this amazingly popular offer ends January 3rd at 5 p.m. and will not be extended. And if you're planning that New Year's weekend proposal, we've got you covered with a great selection of ready-to-wear diamond rings starting as low as $795. It's been a fantastic year at Beards, and we're so grateful for your business and your trust. In a sea of mega corporate chain jewelers, we're honored to be the only one that's locally owned in the town center. We are proud to be a part of this amazing community, and you can count on us again in 2026 to deliver the highest quality jewelry at the guaranteed best value, with the service and attention you can only get from an independent jeweler that's been around nearly 45 years. Happy New Year from Beards Diamonds.
Hi, this is Dave Barker with IHRS. People ask, are your solutions for thinning hair permanent? Yes, our solutions have permanent natural results and are guaranteed to work. Put our 35 years of experience helping 10,000 plus men and women to work for your thinning hair. Our trademark hair transplant procedures will give you 3 times more hair in one procedure. PRP and laser treatments are fast, easy, and effective, and only take 30 minutes. Most of our staff have experienced hair loss ourselves. Our caring and confidential team can help you look better and feel better about yourself and restoring your hair again.
For your confidential consultation, call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or go to hair4me.com. That's hair4me.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Since the bye, the Jaguars are 8-1, 7 straight, obviously, wins. Trevor Lawrence has 24 total touchdowns. Again, since the bye.
Yeah.
So when I ask y'all the top 5 reasons that the Jaguars have 12 wins, hopefully 13, you could literally put the bye week in there as one of those reasons.
Thank you, bye week.
Because whatever Liam Cohen did, that conversation that he had with Trevor Lawrence about just let her rip, right? Like go be aggressive. That certainly is a factor. But I want to take obviously y'all's opinions. Bees, I'll start with you. What for you is the number one reason? You don't have to listen in order, but a top reason that the Jaguars have 12 wins so far this season.
I would say the defense and turning the ball over.
Yeah, the takeaways are
takeaways at the beginning of the season. We were on fire. Saved a lot of games because you think about some of those games that we did get the turnovers. Trevor wasn't on at that time. So the defense was keeping us into this season early, and now it's just gelled together that they're playing great complementary football.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if you don't have takeaways in your top 5, then you haven't been watching the season when it comes to the defense.
It's funny because when I was making my list, I'm doing my 1 through 4. Yes. Yes. And I got to number 5, and I was like, takeaways. However, I not put that on my list yet, so I did have takeaways on my list. But yeah, I think what that has done when it comes to field position that they've been able to give the Jags to because of the takeaways, just killing momentum from other teams throughout the season when it felt like things were going. I mean, this Colts game is one of those examples of, they're starting to drive and you're getting a little nervous. And then they blitz and Jarian gets it and you're like, okay, like there's another takeaway. This is what you need in a moment where you really need it. And so I do think that has just been a massive factor in general, but I do think that every team, when we go and we talk about the opposition and we listen to the coaches and the opposing team players, every single one we've listened to in the last 5-6 weeks, the player and coach have been like, they take the ball away really well. So that is something that every single team has to game plan and is game planning, and they still can't. They're still turning the ball over.
Yeah, there was a moment in the Colts game, Josh Hines-Allen was just trying to punch that ball out. It was probably Jonathan Taylor had the ball.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know how we didn't see that before. Like, I don't know how as a defensive coordinator you didn't preach, God rewards those who run to the football, however you want to phrase it. But man alive, they will not let that player hit the ground without at least trying to get the ball out.
Yeah, I think that fear is missing tackles, but you can secure the tackle and then go for the ball. My number one is the change in attitude, and I got to credit Tony Boselli. First shot for listening to Tony and letting him have that influence. James Gladstone wanting the same thing. Liam Cohen coaching the way they were hoping he would coach, and the change of attitude has changed everything. I mean, you can call it culture, you can call it whatever you want. To me, it's just the attitude has changed. You can see the passion in almost every single player. The run into the football, it's all attitude. The line playing nasty is all attitude. Trevor, the way he's playing, a lot of it's attitude. It's just changing that attitude and being that, prepared and confident and learning from your mistakes and being held accountable. And it shows. Without it, they're nowhere near the team they are today. And it showed early in camp. I mean, remind everybody again when Liam put them through that walkthrough, because that preseason game was atrocious and they had so many mistakes. He's like, no. We're not having that here. You guys already had that. You saw what it brought you. It brought you 4 wins. We're not doing that. We are changing the attitude in this type of thing so we don't have these mistakes. So I got to start with those three, the 3 big heads. Tony does have a big head, but I don't mean it like that. And so do I, Tone. So it's all good. James and Liam, that trio, man, has really changed everything right here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, and mine kind of feeds off of that because I just wrote coaching for my number one. And like I said, the reason I had that 10 wins this season is because I truly felt like this coaching staff was going to fix some of the things. I didn't know the majority. There was a list of 25 things that needed to be fixed, and you feel like a lot of those boxes have been checked throughout the season. But I do think the coaching staff in general has done so much. When you go straight to Trevor Lawrence, you can start there, and mechanically and all of the things that they've been able to fix. Why it took all of these years, Tommy and I in the offseason were like, okay, well, why did we wait until going into Trevor's 5th season for a coach to be like, let's switch this up? This isn't working. There's something wrong here. And Liam Cohen coming in and identifying that right away and actually fixing it, I think is something that you want to talk about. When you talk about play calling, that's been a huge thing. When you talk about the attitude, to me, the attitude from Liam Cohen and Campanelli and all of the coaching staff in general, that has bled down through the building. And so when you talk about the players buying in and seeing what the coaches are doing and wanting to replicate that, that's what I think we're seeing on the football field, because they believe, because the coaching staff believes, and the coaching staff has from the start been like, hey, this isn't a very good football team. We have a lot to change. We have a lot to fix. Some people are going away, and mid-season, some people are going away. But if you earn a spot here, we're going to win football games. And you feel like the whole locker room is feeling that.
Yeah, my number one is Liam Cohen, and mainly the play calling, because I don't know that even with all the other things that have been good, without his offensive mind, I don't know that this team has 12 wins. And that's winning close games, sure. It's also that to your point, Tom, this team, you see it in the locker room post games, those post victories speeches that he has, obviously. Like, you see the way that they admire him, look up to him, enjoy being around him. Like, they want to play for him. So, yeah, coaching overall for sure, Taylor.
Yep.
There's something special about that. I know that we've seen winning locker rooms throughout this season with other teams. The Bears certainly is one of those, and they love their head coach, and that's what you want for sure. And this group of guys has it.
He's a young hip coach now.
Yeah, he is.
He's relatable.
The new age of the game right now.
He's cool. I was just
probably listens to hip hop,
Yeah.
The players are really just waiting for him to say, all right, I'll see you on Wednesday.
And the
Victory
F
Monday.
word.
Get out of here.
We're waiting for him to say the F word many a time.
Oh, yeah.
And to me, that's fun, because when you talk about the younger generation and how they are, like they, and myself included in this, like millennials and Gen Zs, we have a little bit of that pettiness in us. And Liam Cohen has that when it comes to him talking about the small market thing over and over and over again. He wants to use that
Keep my
as
name
motivation.
Out of your mouth.
Yeah. Going back to Robert Saleh and the whole thing between him and Robert Saleh in the
it.
beginning of the season. Players love that. They love a coach who's going to be like, okay, we'll use that as fire because you're wrong, first of all, and we'll prove you wrong in the sense of that. But also just the little bit of pettiness is fun to have, and the other teams get annoyed by it, but that makes it even better.
Yeah. He's from New England. They're not afraid to get into it. You know, they like that stuff.
Afraid to throw down.
Well, just like how the media is everywhere now. I mean, because our times, like, you didn't want locker room material. Everything was kept under the chest, under the vest.
Yep.
And, you know, we didn't want anybody to know anything and piss anybody off, basically.
Right,
because you
Don't
want to
give 'em
just
anything.
you want to play neutral and don't give them anything. Because that's how kind of we beat Denver.
Yep.
They called us
It
the
helped.
Jaguars.
Yep.
And, you know, it was locker.
like, what?
We had a piece of paper. That's all we had.
Yeah.
But everybody smacked that piece of paper.
Yeah.
And it was like, we felt like we didn't have anything to lose. And, you know, that's kind of like what we look like when we play. I mean,
And I think that 96 year, nobody expected anything. I think that's how the league feels about the Jags. They're like
Exactly.
a surprise to them, not to the Jags, but to the rest of the league. They're like, Jacksonville, back in what? They're leading the eight. They went from 4-13 and 12. What?
Yeah.
We weren't ready for that, right? But they're just showing week in and week out that they belong and they've earned it. And they're a tough team, man. They are a physically, mentally, and emotionally tough football team. And you got to have all three to have a successful season and beyond. So it's awesome. But I think that you call it a culture change, whatever you want to call it. But that change in attitude, man, has really shown up.
Absolutely. Beast, what's another reason for you?
I would say, I did say that, but y'all took the coaching part. That is all part of the coaching, But I love Tommy's answer. It's just the attitude is just, they just believe in themselves right now. And
they can overcome adversity. That's what this team a year ago couldn't do, right? Like we saw it from the very first game when they lost to the Dolphins and Etienne's fumble. But time after time this season, the other team scores and the Jaguars drive down and answer.
Yeah, because when the momentum part,
Correct.
when we lost momentum last year, it was like it would just keep going downhill. And now, we start off 10-0, 0-10, whatever you want to say. But it's like you still felt like when they went out there, the energy was still there. Nobody was hanging their head. Though it was early in the game, but it seemed like everybody believed that they were going to win that game.
Yeah, and just remember, early in the season, they were having some ups and downs. They were having
a lot of
some pre-snap penalties that were really affecting them. Doug would always say in years past, like, we're going to fix it, but they never fix it. They fixed that. They fixed their mistakes. They do. It's all because that coach will not allow it to happen again. It's all that, and the players don't want it. They don't want to let each other down. Like B said, you can tell they really like each other. They really enjoy playing. Winning helps, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, holding each other accountable that way, working extra hard. And listen, when you're going for the playoffs and the practice is great. Lifting weights is great. You can run me to death. I don't care. We're going to the playoffs. We're having a great year. We're winning 7 in a row. You can do whatever you need. I'll do whatever you need me to do because I see that we're creatures of habit. We see what happens. We win. We want more of that. But I really think it comes down to that accountability that Liam brings to the table. And it starts from the top with his QB, and it's gone all the way down. Think about it from the very first time Trevor said at press conference after Liam got hired. He mentioned his footwork like right away. And you're like, I guess coach had a little talk with him about his footwork, which was great. And you're like, yeah, exactly. Let's get this worked out. And it has. And it's worked really well so far. So they found a way to not self-inflict, fix all that stuff, and then really just play the game the way it's supposed to be played. Physical and fast.
Liam's young, but he's not afraid to have those hard conversations. And I say young in terms of obviously one of the younger coaches in the league as far as being a head coach. But I think from what he's been through in his life, like he realizes that in order to get through certain things, adversity being one of them, you have to have those honest, candid conversations. And sometimes they're not going to be fun. We talked about it with Anton Harrison, before the season began. We talked about it with Trevor Lawrence.
As long as they're fair, consistent, and honest,
that's it.
Any player can handle that. It doesn't matter who you are, where you, any of that stuff. If you're gonna ride one guy and then you don't ride another guy because maybe he's got more status or whatever, that doesn't work. The team will be like, yeah, whatever. But when everybody feels like it's fair, it's consistent, and it's honest, you can handle that critique all day long because they know on the other side is what. Reward. They're gonna reward us by saying good things, to giving us days off, to praising us in meetings, to giving away game balls, that kind of stuff. So as long as they know that it's there, they'll do anything. Players will do anything for that coach.
Run through a wall.
Yeah.
Speaking of running through a wall,
in between the studs though, because
exactly.
They can hurt.
I love that pregame speech.
I know from experience.
That pregame speech that Foye Oluokun gave before the Jaguars played the Broncos at Mile High, like that, I can watch that over and over and over again. And so, if you need motivation to work out in this late December,
I do.
Just watch that video. All right, we'll keep the Jaguars conversation going. Top 5 reasons the Jaguars have 12 wins this season, hopefully 13. And by the way,
text us in your thoughts too.
Yeah, text us in your thoughts, and also, of course, keep listening for the Sounder Blitz the Bank because we are giving away so many pairs of tickets to go to the game on Sunday. Sunday against the Titans. So keep it right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Helmets and heels. Fought for you by Green Law Group on 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Just recently, Cam Little was good from 68 yards to set an NFL field goal record. You know who else goes the distance? The team at Coil Fencing. Coil is A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau and has been serving the Jacksonville community for nearly 100 years. From sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love to tough chain link for your commercial project. Coil does it all. Visit CoilJacks.com. That's C-O-Y-L-E Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Here's hoping for a Raise the Roof football season. And here's knowing Next Gen Roofing is up for any job. Game day or storm season, you need a team you can trust. And you know what? You don't need a glitzy roofing company. No shortcuts, no gimmicks, no nonsense. Solid roofs at competitive prices and a commitment to the First Coast community. Right now, save up to $300 on your next roof replacement. When you need a roof, you need Next Gen Roofing. Team with you, it's a win every time.
Helmets and Heels Tuesday is served by Morgan & Morgan.
When the power goes out, your home shouldn't have to. Get reliable automatic backup power with a Generac standby generator from American Electrical Contractors, Jacksonville's leading Generac dealer. Be storm ready with Generac standby generators from American Electrical Contractors. Online at american-electrical.com.
The best wings in town are coming to River City Marketplace. Leon Searcy here. Wingstop is opening another North Jacksonville location soon at the end of December. You always get fresh, made-to-order wings in 11 flavors, including original, hot, garlic parm, and of course, lemon pepper. Wingstop now has 18 locations in Jacksonville, always open until 1 a.m. So skip the wait and order your wings online at wingstop.com and swing by to pick up at the brand new Wingstop location in River City Marketplace.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. We always talk about Honda, Triumph, so many great bikes, but Aprilia from Italy is also a beautiful line.
It is absolutely gorgeous, and it is a fine sport bike. It's one that when you take your helmet off, you're never frowning. You're always smiling.
So if you want to treat yourself to something really special on the road, that's a line they should look into?
Absolutely, and we've got them in stock and ready to roll.
All right, make sure you check them out. They are on Atlantic near Regency. CyclesofJacksonville.com is a great place to go, or check out their Facebook page at Cycles of Jacksonville.
What Baltimore Orioles player received a 22-minute standing ovation?
For over 20 years, Southern Oak Insurance has given Floridians a better alternative to their current homeowner's policy. See what you can get with Southern Oak. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Cal Ripken holds the record of playing 2,632 consecutive games. On his final game, the Oriole great received a 22-minute standing ovation.
Southern Oak Insurance, our family protecting yours.
PRP treatment is kind of the thing these days, and in many cases, it eliminates the need for surgery. This is Sheridan Tootin, and my experience with PRP from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has been nothing short of great. I'm really feeling much better now. Ask your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist doctor about PRP treatment.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
Yo, Jacksonville, Hickens Hype, Checkmate Coatings crushes it with floors I'd put in my own pad.
I'm Brendan with Checkmate Coatings. We coat it all: garages, pool decks, driveways, and patios. Be the envy of your neighbors.
Rush to checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
Merry Christmas from 1010XL.
This is Robin Sidbury from Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. Family owned and operated since 1986. We'd like to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a happy, safe, and prosperous New Year from our family to yours.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch.
Other sisters.
Taylor Dahl, Aaron Beasley, Tom McManus, Aaron Williams filling in for RJ Saunders. I'm Lauren Brooks with you on this beautiful, chilly, but absolutely beautiful day here in Jacksonville, FLA. All right, we're continuing our conversation about the Jacksonville Jaguars. They already have 12 wins on the season, hopefully going to get to 13 on Sunday. And oh, by the way, I hope every seat is filled on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
I would love for us to get a notification from the Jaguars later this week saying, You know
Sold
what?
out.
Yeah, all the
Sold
seats
out,
are sold, but we have
Standing
standing room
room.
only.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Let's
hoping
go.
that happens later this week. And
Wear your
obviously-
prowlers.
Exactly.
That's
Where
right.
I'll wear mine on Friday to the show, since we will have the final regular season home game for the Jaguars as they play host to the Titans. We hate
Was
the
this
Titans around
crazy
these
though?
parts.
Still.
That we're
How fast.
done,
I know.
like with the regular season. I mean,
Flew by.
Trust me, my college football season, same with Tom's, same with Beason's, has been over for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Like since August or September.
Yeah, but speaking
it
of
even
that,
started.
Florida did announce that it re-signed Tramel Jones Jr. from Mandarin
Okay.
and was a freshman this past year. So that's good news. Obviously, DJ Lagway in the transfer portal, but the quarterback, we'll see what ends up happening, who John Summerall wants, but it is good news at least that he's going to be back. All right, Taylor, what's your second thing? Or skip to whatever we haven't mentioned
So
yet.
I had actually my second was offensive line. I had
Okay.
one is coaching, two offensive line for me, because I had a lot of concerns still. I was very vocal about that throughout the whole offseason, that I wasn't sure they did enough, that they didn't really make that splash move that I would have liked them to make, especially with the availability of free agents that were offensive linemen that were available this last offseason. And then I just didn't totally love the draft picks either. More so, I didn't know enough about them probably, but I still just had some hesitations of they needed something else on that line to really make things work. And I think that they've done a really good job. We've seen ups and downs. Obviously, there's been a few games where it wasn't as pretty, but I think for the most part, throughout the entirety of the year, when you talk about that, especially in the beginning, first 8-9 weeks, when you're talking about the way they were running the ball, and the offensive line was a huge part of that, but just giving Trevor time. And I think that part of that, the line playing to that level that they had in certain games, the majority of the games this season, has helped Trevor in the development side of things, because when you do have time to go through your reads and make decisions and be able to really start to dissect defenses and kind of worry, we talked about those mechanical things that he had to change. And if you're constantly having to think about all your mechanics so much, how much are you able to do everything else? And the play calls, we saw the wristband come on for Trevor during the season, and we feel like that was a part of what helped. But to me, the offensive line has just been so huge, and we talk about the mean feistiness that they have in it, and Ezra Cleveland and a Hainsey, and some of these guys who have also had to step up when injuries have happened. And I think I want to give credit to all of the guys, because I do think that even in some of those bad games, Seattle Rams probably the two worst, but that's two of the better defensive lines in the NFL too. I just think it's been really fun to watch the line kind of gel and grow together throughout the season, and then even when someone goes down, being able to have a Monheim come in and play well. So to me, that is number two, because I don't think that if you weren't running the ball the way you were in those first 8-9 weeks, when Trevor wasn't quite clicking with the wide receivers pre Jacoby Myers, I don't think you have 12 wins at this point in time. And I think the O-line was a huge credit to that. Also the running backs, but the offensive line.
Yeah, I wondered if anyone would have wristband in their top 5 reasons that the Jaguars have 12 wins. Maybe not. Tom, what you got?
Oh, there's so many to pick from.
I know,
was
there really
thinking
is. I
about
could have
how
done
I would
10.
go, but and it's not. It's. I'm gonna piggyback off of Taylor, because it's never one guy when you're running back, but ETN, man, he's had a great year. Just thinking back while Taylor was talking about, when he came into camp, the conversation was who was going to touch the ball first as the running back, and most people had Tank Bigsby. Then they started talking about Tootin, and rightfully so, and then LaQuinn Allen, and what about ETN, and I remember Liam saying, well, he's not going anywhere. Like, I don't know where you guys are getting this from. He's not going anywhere. But he was a guy that just stepped up and improved his game. He looks faster than like he used to look. I mean, last couple of years, it didn't feel like he was hitting the hole as hard as he was. That play he made, he got around the corner, right on the sideline, then got up the sideline for like 5. Man, that was to beat everyone to the corner. That was really legit speed. I just think he is really mentally, emotionally, physically upped his game. He's doing great on blitz pickup. So is LaQuinn, but Etienne's done a nice job on that. He's great out of the backfield. We've been waiting for that for a long time to get his ball in the hands in the open field. He's absolutely tremendous. And he's seeing the holes. He's the vision that he has and he's always had good vision, but it seems like it's even better, and it's really decisive decision making with his cuts. And I think that's what Liam wants out of this running game. Don't dance. Don't give me, north, east, west. Get up the field as soon as you can and make something positive happen. I got to give ETN Jr. all the credit in the world. He's had a phenomenal year for us. So I don't think with his, if he doesn't have the year he's having, we may be 9 in something or 10 in something, but I don't think we would be 12-win team right now.
Yeah, it is so hard to extract someone and then wonder, what the team would be. The Jags PR staff posted this earlier, or they put it out in the game release earlier, and I posted it. Running back Travis Etienne Jr. is one of just 4 players to have totaled over 3,750 rushing yards and 1,300 receiving yards since 2022. Nice. The other 3, Josh Jacobs, Christian McCaffrey, and Bijan Robinson.
There you go.
Bijan's insane, by the way.
Yeah, he really is. He might
insane.
eclipse the total scrimmage yards that Saquon Barkley had a year ago.
Right.
I feel like Saquon was talked about so much more than Bijan is. Granted, one team won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The Falcons are not going to win the Super Bowl. I can't say that. Yeah, I would say Trevor Lawrence for me has to be number 2 as far as why the Jaguars.
Oh, I thought we already said he was in.
For me, it's.
And I know fans are like, "What about Lawrence?" I'm like, I think we. But
I gotta just at least give him his flowers.
Give him some more.
Yeah, and I think I have to connect Trevor Lawrence and the addition of Jacoby Myers. So I guess then you could put James Gladstone in there and all that stuff, but. The passing offense has obviously taken off since that bye week. And outside of maybe the Cardinals game when Trevor threw 3 interceptions, he's just been a different quarterback. And it's what we have all longed for since 2022, pretty much, or the first half of 2023. And it feels like Trevor Lawrence now is it. I want to almost knock on wood when I say this. It feels like he's not going to take another step back, right? Like he has now crossed over the threshold of going from inconsistent quarterback to consistently good quarterback, seeing the field. That cliche about how it slows down for them after a while. It feels like we are literally watching that happen in front of our very eyes. So I'll put Trevor Lawrence in there just to make sure that the fans understand we appreciate the quarterback.
Which my 3 was specifically Trevor's development.
Okay,
that was
so we're
how
in the same line. My 3 was takeaways, which obviously we've already mentioned. Bees, I'm going to put number 4, run defense. That Jaguars run defense, I have to applaud at this point in the season.
I put the whole defense there.
Yeah, that works.
What about Shad Khan?
Yeah.
For putting some football brains in there, football guys that are going to change this whole scope of things.
Yeah, Liam Cohen telling Shad no was the catalyst to then, Baselli's increased involvement, and then going back to Liam and saying, okay, we will fire Trent Baalke, we will hire you, and so that
what
whole
a time.
thing,
that was so crazy.
That
Thinking
was.
back at that
Those
week
2
and
weeks,
just
It was weird.
watching that presser, I just remember being like, "What are we doing? This is so awkward and uncomfortable for everybody in this situation."
Especially with Doug being a Super Bowl coach, letting him go, and then just having the gonads to to pull the plug on what was going on, because
it was a wild week.
It shows that he wants to win. A lot of people were questioning that. And I think now he has the guys in there that run the organization the right way.
Yeah, I think, and this is not a knock on Shad at all, but I think he, like with Urban, it was the big name. Like it was the big, let's bring in the big name and he'll fix it. And then that didn't work. And Doug's a Super Bowl winning coach, so that's not like too far out there. But I think that was part of it. Yeah, let's bring a Super Bowl winning coach. And I think what Baselli came in and helped with was like, hey, we just need the right guy. It doesn't have to be the biggest name. We don't have to go after what everybody else is going after. Let's go find us a guy that we really like that can we bring in and really help change things here. And I remember hearing Tony after he talked to Liam for the first time. He's like, this is a guy. Like I just felt right away like this is the guy that can hold everybody accountable and keep it all together. So I agree with you to let that, and it's not ego. I don't know what it is, as an owner, but to let somebody else say like, okay, I believe you, take it over. Let's see what happens. And it's been a great move for sure.
Yeah, to trust the people that are football people, to your point, Bees. And it seems easy now looking back. Like, of course, Tony Baselli has cared about this franchise since the moment he got here. Why wouldn't you turn the reins over to him? And he has great leadership. He's built companies, right? But it did take Shad being like, all right, I do have to at this point in time look back and say, over my tenure as the owner, this team hasn't really been successful. It was 1 year in 2017. That's it.
Yeah. I'd like to add one key, I think. We got to give Anthony Campanile the credit that he deserves. After the Houston game, what did he do? He broke it down to the bare bones and said, it can never happen again. The defense, as well as the offense has played, the defense has played pretty darn good since that Houston Texan game overall. And you got to give credit to him. He's blitzing at the right time. He's not afraid. He's bringing 7 now. I love it. I love it. Because they can't block everybody. When you bring one more than they can't block, you're going to hit the QB. As long as it's on time, and hopefully it's up the middle, so he really has to hurry his throw. But I love that he's not afraid to do that. He's showing more and more. And keep in mind, it's his first year as a defensive coordinator. So the ways he's grown throughout the year.
Don't hire him,
the way he calls the game has really gotten better, and especially after that Houston Texan debacle.
Please don't hire him as a head coach next year. We need him for at least a couple years, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, Shad, 2017, 2022, I should have added that too. But I think either or both of those times, we saw flaws in the sustainability of that success, right? Like, people on the inside in 2017 knew that there was an implosion that was about to happen with the types of players that they had and those personalities and the things that were happening off the field. In 2022, it was, 1 year of play calling was great, and then it fizzled. And that's why I think Doug Peterson sat for a while as going through interviews with teams, but he wasn't hired. Remember, it took a long time for him to be hired, obviously, here. And so you wonder, was it because he was bringing Press Taylor with him? Was he not as committed? You know, like Liam Cohen, I'm pretty sure, is in that building way more than what Doug Peterson was. At least from the outside looking in, that's what it seems like. I'm not in the building. All right, we got to get to your takeaways here on the other side, Tom, and then we will have Taylor's Tangent. So keep it right here on Helmets and Heels 1010XL and 2.5 FM.
Helmets and Heels. Backed by Green Law Group on 1010XL.
This Sunday, we blitz the bank. All week long, listen for the Blitz the Bank sounder and text the keyword BLITZ for your shot at tickets to see the Jags take down the Titans. 641-1010. It's a Jags ticket blitz. Let's fill the seats and blitz the bank.
It's an all-out blitz
all week on 1010XL. Or buy tickets now at jaguars.com/tickets.
Hey folks, it's Frank Frangie for Lee and Kate's Glass. And I think you deserve a spa-like shower, don't you? Get rid of that dirty, dated setup you have in your bathroom. Those old-style showers can be really ugly. Install a gorgeous frameless shower with thick, sexy glass and a free diamond coating protection that's easier to clean, like Rain-X for your shower. Your bathroom will feel like a luxury spa every morning and night. You deserve it. Visit my friends at leeandkatesglass.com.
You're gonna see a big difference.
Helmets and Heels Tuesday. Covered by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida, and don't let the state decide your fate.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
December 30th is the birthday for Sandy Koufax, Tiger Woods, and LeBron James.
Monahan Jewelers is ending the year with up to 40% off the entire store. Special savings on designer brands and some items marked at 50 to 60% off. We've been adding new merchandise throughout the holidays, and with interest-free financing on any purchase, it's easy to get a beautiful piece for a low monthly payment. Certified diamonds and engagement rings are our specialty. Support your local family jeweler for 48 years. It's our end-of-the-year sale with up to 40% off our entire inventory and some items marked at 50 to 60% off. Visit Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Blitz.
How good is that? How good is that?
Bang.
How good is that?
Text BLITZ to 641-1010 now.
This bowl season, upgrade your game plan with a visit to Burlock & Barrel, Duval's first distillery dedicated solely to whiskey, right in the Brooklyn Riverside neighborhood. Stop in to see how we turn local grains into small batch whiskey, earning awards at every competition. Book a tour, settle in for a tasting, or escape the scoreboard for a bit at our full whiskey bar. Whether your team's winning or character building, at least your whiskey can be solid. At Burlock & Barrel in Riverside or burlockandbarrel.com.
The new Ackerman Cancer Center is now open at World Golf Village, providing state-of-the-art screenings and diagnostic exams with no referral required. Same-day appointments are available. Call today or visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Universal Roof and Contracting presents the Offensive Player of the Game. Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal.
Trevor Lawrence was shaking and baking the Colts on Sunday in Indy. The Golden One tallied 263 yards on 23 completions and rushed for 2 touchdowns on 8 carries. After checking his x-rays, it's clear that he has that dog in him, and he's your Universal Roofing Contracting offensive player of the game.
This holiday season, Universal Roofing Contracting is making it easy to check roof repairs off your list. Save up to 20% on roof placements and repairs now through December 31st. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roofing Contracting, protecting your home and building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Tom McManus, Taylor Dahl, Aaron Beasley hanging out with us. Aaron Williams also hanging out with us, filling in for RJ Saunders. I'm Lauren Brooks with you. All right, let's finish our top 5 reasons that the Jaguars have 12 wins so we can get to Tom's takeaways. I'll run through mine again. Liam Cohen's play calling 1, Trevor Lawrence's improvement / the addition of Jakobi Meyers. I kind of cheated and went with 2 different things in that one, but that's fine. At number 2, for me, takeaways number 3, the run defense number 4, and finally number 5, toughness, can overcome adversity, and depth. I lumped all of those into one, and so yeah, that to me is in part, we could literally list 10 more.
A lot, yeah.
But we could have just named names. Like, let's just start with the quarterback.
Jakobi Myers, Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne.
Absolutely. Foye Oluokun,
Devin
Lloyd, for sure, yeah. So those are my 5.
Okay, I didn't really write mine down, but I'll just go through them. So culture, the change in attitude, number 1. Trevor, number 2. Run defense, number 3. O-line and Etienne, number 4. And number 5, I'll give it to Cam Little because he's been perfect.
Yeah,
he's been perfect
he was on my short
since
list.
the bye week, right? So got to give. He's hit some major field goals for us. You know, listen, we know Bees and I know, and so do you guys. You need a consistent kicker in the playoffs. You cannot miss kicks in the playoffs at all. It's just that they're daggers.
Look at last night for the Falcons.
When you have a clutch kicker like we had with Money Mike Hollis, you don't even worry about it. You know, you're just like, he's gonna make it.
Just line up for the kickoff.
Yeah, exactly. Kickoff team, get ready. We're going down. But yeah, you need that clutch kicker, and Cam's been it.
He sure has.
Yeah, so mine I had coaching, offensive line, Trevor development, takeaways. My other one is a very specific one, but it was something that preseason I talked a lot about of wanting to see that improve, and it was the offensive on third downs. Like the Jags had one of the worst third down percentages last year, and I think it killed them in a lot of areas. Some of that was it was constant 3rd and 12s, 3rd and 14s, 3rd and 9. So that's it kind of factors into it when you're in a better position on third downs and 3rd and shorts. It may be a little bit more reasonable, but they're middle of the pack for the season as a whole, but in their last 4 games, they're over at 50%. And which is 3rd best in the NFL right now when it comes to those converting third downs, which is huge. And then red zone. Those were the 2 things that last year, in the offseason that I said I wanted to see them get better. Both increased from last year to this year and then have also increased in the last 5 games, which is something that I think we're seeing. And when you do that, when you are able to convert those third downs when it's important and you get to the red zone and aren't settling for field goals constantly, and this red zone also is just touchdowns only. So you're also getting the points from field goals at times. But when you're not settling for field goals or you're not turning the ball over in the red zone, that was some of Trevor's issues last year. A lot of his turnovers came in the red zone, which was an issue. And now that percentage has gone a lot up. It's over 60% for the season, and it was like 67% in the last 4 or 5 games. So those 2 things to me specifically have really changed the way the offense flows.
I think it's all well said.
No doubt.
All right, Tom, what is your takeaway?
You got one more?
Is it my turn?
You got one more?
Go for it.
Because I missed the assignment. I wasn't here for school yesterday, and you guys, this sounds like me in real school.
I was about to say.
I was over here thinking, like, this sounds like me in school.
You were one of those ones that dug through the backpack pretending it was there somewhere. You're like, I did it.
I was looking at you.
I was always the kid the student that other people would ask, can I cheat off of you?
Can I copy your
Oh,
homework?
man, that's the best. Come on, help me out. I went back to get my degree, and I was like telling all the other players, yo, I got all these answers right.
I used to tell my girls when they were younger, what you don't know is in the next row, so just keep your eyes open. That got me through college.
There you have it. All right. Time now for Tom's takeaways.
Now,
Okay, it's go time.
Tommy's takeaways.
All right, my
Jacked up by
takeaways for
J-Dog
today.
Junk
I can't.
Removal and hauling. Call 506-1256 for your free estimate today. We are here for you. Veteran owned and operated.
Ready, set, go.
All right, there we go. My headset's not working. I'm just pretending on YouTube that I'm actually listening to anything but my takeaways. Of course, brought to you by J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling. Listen, this is I just want to thank the fans because I get up really early. Sometimes 4:30, sometimes 5 in that range, and nobody's up, and it's just me and Twitter and my cup of coffee, and our Jaguar fans are unbelievable. I mean, what they say to other fans, to other teams, they tag all the national writers, they go after them. Anybody
Richard
that says
Sherman.
anything negative, I mean, you're making me laugh like so early in the morning. I'm just scrolling through like, this is great, this is great. It's so awesome. So keep up the great work. It matters. And by the way, it doesn't go unnoticed. The team notices it, the players notice it. They absolutely love that kind of stuff. They know you got their back. When you hear Trayvon Walker talk about, I only care about what Jag fans think, he truly, truly means it. And so does a lot of those players, if not all of them. So my takeaway today, just keep being you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, whether it's at home, whether it's online, defending your team, supporting your team. You guys have done a fantastic job. And that is my takeaway today, brought to you by J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling.
And speaking of the fans, for those who don't have tickets yet, either buy them or listen and win them, and
That's
then
right.
show up on Sunday. We're going to
We
keep
have a lot
telling
more to
you.
be giving away.
Exactly, and then the 1010XL broadcast bus will be out and
yeah.
about like it was today. I heard ET giving away
Yeah, I
some
heard
tickets
that, yeah.
earlier today.
2 more times tomorrow, and then once on Friday also.
Heck yeah.
Keep
So
'em.
listen for that. And then obviously the queue, and you can text in 1010XL text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, 904-641-1010, and win the tickets that way too. And be there and go tailgate and have an absolute blast.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Win the division.
Just win,
the
baby.
AFC South.
Win the division.
Just win is right. By the way, for Sunday, the weather as of now, it looks like a high of 61, a low of 50.
That's perfect
And
for
just
me.
like slight clouds.
Love
so
it.
yeah.
Gonna be great. Good day for football.
That
Oh, yeah.
is 100% correct. All right, more to do on the other side, including Taylor's Tangent. Keep it right here. Don't go anywhere. It's 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Helmets and heels from the Greenlaw Group Studios. Some people just can't get enough football.
Could we cut to the chase?
It's the Terminix Kickoff Show, live from Tailgaters Parking, 5 hours before kickoff. Presented by Campione Law and American Electrical Contracting on 1010XL.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Now that Christmas is over, it's time to treat your truck. Head to Leonard Truck Outfitters, where you can turn that Christmas cash or gift cards into the perfect truck upgrade. Whatever your truck needs, Leonard has it. If Santa didn't quite get it, go fix it at Leonard Truck Outfitters. Or maybe you did get exactly what you wanted, and now it's time to add even more. 2 locations, Landing and Beach Boulevard. Leonard Truck Outfitters, built for the way you work, play, and drive.
Helmets and Heels Tuesday.
Litigated by Morgan & Morgan.
Ah, family's here. Ready for a perfect holiday?
Honey, the toilet's overflowing.
What? Now? With everyone here?
The sink's backed up too. Cool, it's like a water park in here.
Great! Best holiday ever.
Don't panic. Just call Duck Duck Rooter. They'll fix it before we're swimming in mashed potatoes.
Got a holiday plumbing disaster? Call Duck Duck Rooter, your local plumbing pros. DuckDuckRooter.com.
It's your favorite team. It's their favorite team. Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony bring you Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Every weekday from 10 to noon on 1010XL.
Jeff Lageman for Napa Auto Care Centers. This football season, make sure your ride can get to that tailgate or travel to the away game safely and dependably. You can trust the ASE certified professionals at any one of the 29 independently owned Napa Auto Care Centers and the quality Napa parts they use. Napa Auto Care Centers can handle everything: oil changes, air conditioning, brakes, engines, transmissions. Napa Auto Care Centers offers a nationwide 24-month, 24,000-mile peace of mind warranty on most repairs. Find one near you at jacksnapaautocare.group.com.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Gentlemen, start your engines. Want to be an MRN honorary pit reporter? Complete with tickets to the February 12th dual races at Daytona International Speedway and shadow MRN reporters as they do interviews along pit road at the pre-race stage. Text RACE to the 1010XL text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010 for your chance to race to win at K1 Speed Racing Friday, January 9th. Best time wins. Thanks to K1 Speed and the Motor Racing Network.
For over 55 years, Green Acres Sporting Goods has proudly served Jacksonville from the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard. From archery to hunting and fishing, they've got the gear, service, and know-how to get you outdoor ready. Stop by their full-service archery pro shop and check out their wide selection of firearms. And while you're there, sign up for their weekly concealed weapon classes. You can find it all at greenacresporting.com.
Awaken 180 weight loss. Awaken 180 weight loss. Hacker here for the best weight loss program that I've ever been on. You know, I hear some of my friends telling me about this medication they're on, or that medication they're on, or this shot they're taking. And I stop them and say, well, wait a minute. I lost over 100 pounds doing it the all-natural way with Awaken 180 weight loss. There was no medications. There was no shot once a week. There was the coaching I received from Awaken 180. There's the plan they put me on, and you see the results. Over 100 pounds of weight loss in less than a calendar year. The coaching I got was phenomenal. Not only did it help me lose the weight, it's helping me keep the weight off now that I'm in the maintenance program. Awaken 180 is the best weight loss program I've ever been on, and I tried them all. Go to awaken180weightloss.com, awaken180weightloss.com, or call 844-346-1800.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Zero Res. Last night, the Gators men's basketball team captured another home victory, this time defeating Dartmouth 94-72. Alex Condon was the Gators' top scorer, finishing the night with 17 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. The Magic dropped their game versus the Toronto Raptors 107-106 last night as they fell to 18-15 on the season. It's 51 degrees at 3:01 time and temp, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Without further ado, let's get it to one Taylor Doll's tangent.
Now.
Okay, let's go.
Now, Taylor's Tangent, served up by Chick-fil-A on 1010XL.
We talked a bit about this yesterday when it comes to all of the crazy scenarios for clinching playoffs this weekend for certain teams, division winners for certain teams. Seeding is a big thing. There's a lot of games this weekend that are determining all sorts of seeding. So I was going to go through some of them because some of them are very intricate. And the Jags one is actually very interesting because they're the only team that still have the chance of every seed. They could get 1 through 7, depending on what happens with various teams this weekend. Every other one is usually like they're getting 1, 2, or 3, or they're going to be 5 or 6, or they're going to be 3 or 4. For example, we'll start with the AFC when we go to Denver. Denver's 13-3. Obviously, they can be the number 1, 2, or 3 seed. So Denver clinches the number 1 seed and a bye and home field throughout the playoff if Denver wins over the Chargers. And we just saw yesterday the Chargers announced they're not playing their starters. So
Trey Lance has to get it done for us.
Yes, Trey Lance.
Start running.
Or if Denver ties and New England loses or ties, they would also get it. If New England loses and Jacksonville loses, they would also get it. Denver would get the 2 seed with Denver tie. If New England loses, if Jax loses or a tie, or if none of the above occurs, then Denver will have the 3 seed. So 1, 2, or 3 for them. It seems like the likeliness of them beating the Chargers now at this point in time if the Chargers starters aren't playing. But you never know. This season's been weird. We just saw the Rams lose to the Falcons.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
New England 13-3 can only be the 1, 2, or 3 seed. Also, New England clinches the number 1 seed and a bye and home field throughout the playoffs with a win over Miami plus a Denver loss. New England tie plus a Denver loss. but they clinched the 2 seed with a New England win and a Jax loss. So if none of those occur, then they will be the 3 seed. So a couple of those games I think we'll be interested to look at, especially when it comes to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Pittsburgh Steelers, we know this weekend it comes down between them and the Ravens for the division. So one of those 2 teams will be in this weekend, depending on that game. And the AFC North champ and the number 4 seed. So that they would get the 4 seed if they win. If they lose, the Ravens would get the 4 seed, which that's kind of interesting, I feel like, when you're talking about a team that when there's definitely the potential when we talk about Seattle Rams having teams that are 11, 12 wins, possibly being the 6 and 7 seeds is a little wild. But Baltimore, obviously the opposite situation when it comes to Pittsburgh. Now Jacksonville, the interesting one because there's a lot of scenarios when it comes to them. They're 12-4, can be the 1, 2, or 3 seed as the AFC South champ, but can also be the 5, 6, or 7 seed as a wild card. So Jacksonville clinches the AFC South and number 1 seed with. If so, they beat Tennessee, Denver loses, and New England loses. They clinch the AFC South for obviously and the 1. Jacksonville clinches the AFC South in the 2 seed if Jacksonville wins, Denver loses. Or if Jacksonville wins and New England loses, they get that 2 seed. If Jacksonville, they'll get the 3 seed if Jacksonville wins and Houston loses or ties. If Jacksonville loses and Houston wins, they get the 5 seed with a Buffalo loss. Jacksonville gets the 6th seed if the Chargers lose or Buffalo wins, and because of the strength of schedule with that in the tiebreaker. So a lot of different ways, and if so none of those occur, then they get the 7th seed. You know you're in the postseason. That's what's most important at this time, but it is interesting because they're the only team that still has the chance to get every single seeding, depending on what other teams do.
Okay, so when we win, if Miami wins, if New England wins and if Denver wins, are we the 3rd seed?
Yes.
No matter what happens with anybody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get that 1 with a Denver loss and New England loss. You get the 2 with the Denver loss.
Okay.
Or in New England. If both of those teams lose, you get the 1. If one of those teams lose, you get the 2.
Right. Gotcha.
And then the other situation would be obviously if you win and Houston loses, but the other 2 teams win.
And the Texans,
so you're going to be
way-
watching the Denver New England games very closely because that's determining your 1, 2, or 3.
Right. I mean, my gut tells me they're going to win, and we're going to win, and then we're going to be the 3rd seed.
Yeah, if New England was playing Miami in Miami, where
Might
they've
be
had
a
trouble in
little
the past,
different. Yeah,
I'd feel a little bit more confident for the Dolphins, but I just don't know that this New England team is going to have any sort of flaws against a Quinn
Any
Ewers-led
letdown.
Dolphins team.
Yep.
And then the Texans are facing Riley Leonard, which I think it might have been in the Colts' best interest to have played Riley Leonard the
From the
last
start.
3 games.
Yeah.
But he was a little bit banged up, so obviously that's when they brought in Phillip Rivers. I just don't know that Phillip Rivers gave them the best chance to win. I also don't know what else they would have done.
Yeah, I was talking to Trent. Obviously, he does a lot of our media stuff, and he's a Colts fan. And when that happened initially, I was like, it's a little weird. You would think you'd want to see what you have out of your young quarterback in this final stretch of games. I mean, he came in obviously against the Jaguars, and there was a
There were
couple
some good
moments
moments.
where
Yeah,
you were
he
like,
drove down a
okay,
little.
give this guy a chance. He just got thrown into this offense, but we'll see with that. The Houston Texans, they're interesting when it comes to seeding. They can be the 3 seed or 5, 6, or 7. That's pretty much their choices because if they clinch the AFC South with the win and the 3 seed with the win over Jacksonville. If they do not win the division, Houston clinches the 5 seed with a win, but obviously that would be the 3 because they have to win Indy and then Jacksonville lose for that to happen for them to get the 3. If they only win and Jacksonville wins also, they'll have the 5 seed. And then beyond that, they could also get the 6 seed if Buffalo loses or the Chargers lose. So interesting when it comes to their seeding too. So all sorts of interesting things. We talk about the Chargers. A lot of people that's the kind of prediction for a lot of people when it comes to who the Jags would face is the Chargers. They can be the 5, 6, or 7 seed. They clinched the 5 seed with a win and a Houston loss. And then they could clinch this. It'd be the 6th seed if they win. So they win.
Right. So back. I'm just sorry. So back to the scenario. We all win,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Denver, New England, and Jacksonville.
Yep.
So 6 or 7 most likely will either be
Buffalo
or
Chargers.
Chargers
Yeah, Los
or
Angeles.
where's
Yeah.
Baltimore? Baltimore would be 4th
So
if they
Baltimore
win, right?
would be,
Or Pitt.
yeah.
You're probably playing Buffalo.
Yeah, they're
Right.
the 4th
Most
seed.
likely the Jaguars would be playing host to the Bills.
Buffalo. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Bills are a 7-point
Remake of
favorite. over the Jets.
2017.
Yeah.
That was rocking in the stadium.
10-3. Jalen
Hey, well,
Ramsey.
you got it done.
It was
Got
that
it
was
done.
a cold day. I remember.
Yeah, that was
It was
a great
fun.
day.
It was a blast.
They trashed our whole downtown. The Bills fans.
Oh, they're
I remember.
coming.
They're
It was
nasty.
Bills
crazy.
Mafia is
Yeah,
coming.
they're nasty.
They want to
Not
get out
all
of that
them,
cold. They want to get out of that cold, too.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday, Bees. Which team would you not want the Jags to take on in the first round of the playoffs?
I just think there's so much parity, it doesn't matter. Everybody has a weakness. Yeah, I mean, they got Josh Allen, but to me, their defense could be, they could be touched.
Yeah.
I mean,
they could be beat for sure.
And anybody,
Yeah.
and you look at these teams, anybody can be touched.
I think, it's going to be interesting. Now, granted, we may never even play them, but Ravens beat Pitt and feel they could be a tough out. They could be a real tough out with King Henry and Lamar. That could be.
Yeah, it's funny. When
can
it
be
comes to
challenging.
looking at power rankings, which are silly in the NFL, but I can, defend Jacksonville and feel like this should be a top 3 team in people's power rankings. And then the moment I start to look at the playoff pictures, then I get really nervous, even though I think the Jags are better than these teams.
Yeah.
But when you reverse it, like, oh no, now the Jags have to face the Texans again. Oh, like the Jags are better than the Texans is what I tell you with the power rankings, but then I'm immediately nervous.
Yeah. Well, and especially it depends when and the strength of schedule, that's why I don't like it in the first place, especially preseason. But when you go into the year, there's a lot of teams. The Bears, for example, coming into the year had the 3rd hardest schedule in the NFL. Now they have like the 4th easiest schedule because they got no Lamar. They got a Lamar-less Ravens. The Bengals didn't have their quarterback, and so they just faced teams at a certain time where that team was missing certain opponents or whatever. But if you go into same with the Jags, I feel like when you talk about certain times that they face these teams, like to me, the Niners are playing their best football right now. The Jags are playing their best football right now. The Texans are playing their best football right now, and so it just is weird to me to say, okay, this team is the 4th best team in the NFL, because if you're talking about relevancy, we do it in college football too with the playoff, and that's a lot of people argument is judge it more by what they're doing now and not what they did 10, 11 weeks ago. But then you can't discredit everything they did in the first half of the season either. So it's really hard to tell who's
you can't predict
the best.
injuries either.
Yeah, and that's what you talk about really beat up teams, and the Jags have had a lot of their injury issues throughout the season. I did see this when it comes to the Bills offense. So the Bills in the first half of the season, points per game were 13th, yards per game 13th, points per game allowed 26th, yards per game allowed 28th, negative turnover differential. And the second half of the season, points per game first, total yards per game first, points per game allowed second, total yards per game allowed first, +5 turnover differential. So they're a team of 2 halves also.
Yeah.
Flip the script.
There's a lot of parallels with Chicago and the Jags.
That one was Bills.
Oh, that was the Bills. Yeah. But even with the Chicago, the way they've gone and the year has gone, kind of similar, certain directions. But I tell you what, when you enter the playoffs, you're 0-0, man, and that's really one play at a time, one game at a time. I mean, everything gets so heightened. You don't want to mess up. You want to be on your A game big time, because one mistake costs a touchdown, costs some points.
Yeah.
And that could be the game, right? That's why it's so awesome.
I used to love big games.
Yeah, best. Best.
By the way, this was just, for example, 2 weeks in the Bills' schedule. The Bills played at the Dolphins. This is November 9th. The Bills only scored 13 points, and the Dolphins beat them 30-13. The very next week, the Bills' offense scored 44 points, and the Bills beat the Bucks 44-32. Like, it's just so wild. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I would have told you the Rams are the best team in the NFL. And I thought that for quite some time. And then the last 2 weeks, they haven't looked nearly as good.
Well, and then San Fran, taking on Seattle, they could beat Seattle. Yeah. Now they're the team that might be the hottest in the NFC. Although I think Philly's going to be tough too. They're hitting a good stride as well. That Bills game was pretty good.
Their offense is not that good this year. They got a new coordinator again.
Yep.
And it's like, I was just listening to the radio up there coming back, and that's the whole issue. And see, that lets you know, like, any year anybody can win it first and foremost. But the quarterback play, their quarterback play isn't as good as ours right now. And I mean, you look at all these guys right here, all the quarterback play is so important right now.
Yeah. On his screen that you guys can't see.
Hey, out there,
theater of the mind,
out there in radio world, look at this.
You don't see it out there, kids.
But it's just the quarterback play is so important right now. And I mean, you look at every team and the quarterbacks, especially AFC.
Yeah.
Man, that is like this murderer's row of quarterbacks coming.
Yeah. Yeah, so. I tell you what, the wild cards are always fun. They always seem to be the toughest to pick. Every round's awesome, but dissimilar to like a lot of times the first round of the playoffs of college, like they're going to be.
Yeah, that's why 12 teams are too many, but that's what you're hearing there. The spread for the 49ers game against the Seahawks, so in San Francisco, Vegas had it as the 49ers were a 1-point favorite.
Yeah.
Since yesterday changed it to now the Seahawks are a 1-point favorite.
Oh, really?
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Are we
it's,
switching that on our picks? Because we are going to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I emailed
What does
Doug
that mean
earlier.
now? Does that mean
That means that money's going in on,
Yeah.
on the
on
Seahawks.
Seahawks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is interesting.
So it'll
'cause
probably
again, it's
switch
on
back to the Niners.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we shall keep track for sure. All right, we will get it to a little bit of college football. I'll explain when we return. Keep it right here on Helmets and Heels, 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Helmets and Heels.
Protected by
Green Law Group. For the insured. Fighting for you.
Offense, defense, special teams.
Offense, defense, and special teams all contribute.
We got ourselves a roster.
After the game, pump up the Superior Plumbing Special Teams Player of the Game.
They got to match IATIS.
On 1010XL.
At Hollis Pools, building a pool is personal. We sit down with you, listen to your vision, and bring your backyard dreams to life right here in Northeast Florida. Working with us doesn't feel like working with a contractor. It feels like working with family. Every Hollis Pools project supports Project Savior Outdoors, helping bring hope to our veterans. Visit HollisPools.com. Hollis Pools, your vision, your pool, your escape. License number CPC 1461233.
Helmets and Heels Tuesday.
Backed by
Morgan & Morgan.
This holiday season, sending a floral arrangement from Kuhn Flowers is a classy move, no matter who it's for. Jack O'Brien here. Kuhn Flowers is the most respected name in the floral business. Find out why when you go to KuhnFlowers.com.
The doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists have resolved my hip and foot issues, and I'm back to training for the 2028 Olympics in LA. This is Garrett Scantling, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This is David Garrard. Following my knee surgeries and recovery, I'm continuing to feel great and would recommend Southeast Orthopedic to anyone who's experiencing orthopedic pain.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Scholar athletes prepare themselves to win at life.
1010XL and Southeast Orthopedic Specialists shine the spotlight on the Scholar Athlete of the Week. Wednesdays on The Frangie Show. Checked by
The Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnick Chevrolet wishes you and your family a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. The holidays are in full swing at Nimnick Chevrolet. Right now, they have up to 20% off a new Silverado or get financing rates as low as 0% on models including Silverado, Equinox, and Trailblazer during the Red Tag Sales event. Nimnick Chevrolet is the largest inventory on the ground, ready for you to explore. So shop online 24/7 at NimnickChevy.com or visit the dealership at Park and Cabot. Who's got more new vehicles at the best prices? Nobody but Nimnick Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Blitz.
How good is that? How good is that?
Bang.
How good is that?
Text Blitz to 641-1010 now.
Next time you head into a Gate convenience store, look for Form Energy Drink, designed to provide energy, hydration, and focus straight from Dana White and AB, celebrating those who embrace grit, discipline, and resilience in their everyday lives. Check out Form Energy at a Gate convenience store.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. With over 1,800 five-star Google reviews, it was a no-brainer to have Closets by Design get us organized for the holidays. From closets to garages to laundry rooms and so much more, Closets by Design will design a custom storage solution for all of your spaces. Nothing says happy holidays like a home that is peaceful and clutter-free. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation before year-end and get 40% off plus an extra 15% off with free installation. Call 878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Checkmate. I'm Brendan Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, adorable mascot for Checkmate Coatings.
If you're thinking of refinishing your garage floor, there's two things you need to know about us. My family has been in the concrete coatings industry for more than 40 years.
And I was drawn 6 months ago by an artist in New Jersey.
Why is that even relevant?
Well, you said 40 years experience, so I had to give them something.
Over the years, we've worked closely with major manufacturers to develop a multi-layer application process that creates beautiful, durable, and long-lasting floors.
So even decades decades from now, your garage floor will look as gorgeous as it did the day it was installed.
Experience?
Check. Durable?
Check. Decades of experience making garage floors gorgeous? Checkmate.
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit checkmatecoatings.com. That's checkmatecoatings.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
We've been talking about ticket giveaways all week, but we have lunch to give away, Taylor Doll.
We do. Free lunch to Chick-fil-A. Give us a call at 641-1010. Let's say caller number 2. You get free lunch to Chick-fil-A.
You know, Chick-fil-A is a great road trip stop.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's
my.
perfect.
We
Unless
did it on
it's
the way
Sunday.
home. Right. Right.
You got to do it at the right time.
You got to do it at the right time. But, oh, it's so good.
Yeah. My nephews love it. He calls it Chick-fil-A. Can we get Chick-fil-A? I was like,
What
you
do
can
you
have
get?
Chick-fil-A anytime you want.
I always get the sandwich, the number one meal.
I mix it up. Honestly,
I
like
love
their
it.
salads are really good. I actually really
Yeah,
love
yeah,
their
they
salads. But sometimes I'm more like, for me, road trip, I feel like nuggets are a little easier if you're driving.
Yeah.
In the road trip, but their sandwiches are delicious, and they always like seasonal ones too. The one they just had, the pretzel one, was so good. But yeah, I mix it up sometimes. I like a
I
little
also
bit of
like their
everything.
chicken noodle soup.
Oh, their soup's
It's
fantastic.
like underrated.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
And it's like the big chunks of actual good chicken in it. Yeah.
Christine always gets the 12-count nugget because she knows I'll take 4 of those. No problem.
You gotta share.
I know.
And the sandwich.
I know, and the sandwich. I know I'm in for
Large,
a
you
few
get
nuggets.
large.
Large it up, yeah.
Lemonade.
I was doing Diet Coke until I used Diet Coke on a car battery, and watched this corrosion just
Yeah,
melt.
go
I'm like,
away.
I'm never
That's your
putting that in my
stomach.
stomach anymore. Holy cow.
If you want to sponsor us, though,
Hey, it helps with the battery. It helped it a ton. It was unbelievable.
there you have it.
Yeah.
All right, I wanted to mention college football, so time now for Lawrence Lane.
Now, Lauren's Lane. Opened up by Closets by Design. Imagine your home totally organized.
Love Closets by Design. They came and organized our 3 closets earlier this year. All right, here's what's annoying for me as a college football fan. We can talk about all the different rules and lack of guardrails. That's not what I'm talking about. I clicked on an article today that said New Year's resolutions for every college football team ranked in the top 25 heading into 2026. My football team is not in the top 25 heading into 2026. Neither's Florida State, neither's Boston College, neither's West Virginia.
Whoa.
Notre Dame, of course, was in there.
How
but
we get involved?
you're catching strays because
She's reeling you in.
I'm frustrated that at no point should Florida and Florida State ever be in a situation where they're not in the top
been talked
25.
about, yeah.
Maybe not in the college football playoff year in and year out. It's difficult these days. They've still also, for Florida's sake, has never been in the college football playoff. FSU has. But how do we sit here December 30th, 2025, and neither of those teams, the only one from Florida as far as the big 3 is concerned, Miami's in there. That is incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, I think that when you, and it is, the standards of
Ready
Florida
to
for
punch
so
something.
long.
Peace
I
is
mean,
like, what did
why
I do?
why did I get thrown?
Throw in West
Well, South Florida's in there.
Yeah, South Florida.
There you go.
USF,
South
go
Florida's. There you
Bulls.
go. There you go. There's your other team.
It is. I mean, you talk about the standards of Florida for so long, and we've had this conversation. I mean, when the Lane Kiffin conversations were going on of how much schools' gaps have started to close from what people thought of Florida State for so long. And I mean, yeah, when you're talking about especially this year and how the expectations, not thinking people, I don't think most people were like, oh, they're going to go to the college football playoff, but they thought there was going to be this jump in production, mainly because of DJ Lagway and what he did towards the end of last season and the defense. So kind of feeling like you took a step back sucks, because that's what it is. And then now you have a new coach, and so it does bring a little bit of hope, I guess. But a lot of people still have that hesitation, I think, because I don't know how much you know about Summerall either.
And I do wonder if Lane Kiffin had been the coach, does Florida automatically jump
back
into the
Yeah.
top
I bet
25
they do.
because of
I bet
him?
they do. You know how I feel about preseason rank. I think, and to have one on December 30th, whatever day, like what?
We're not even done the
You
season
know what I mean?
yet.
Like, not even
So
close.
they could
Like,
write New Year's resolutions.
It's
for
the
that.
No, I
resolution.
know, but how can you even have?
They
any
should have
kind
put
of
it for the
ranking?
worst
How do you even
teams,
know
and then you
what's
would have been
What
going
would be
there.
your Boston College resolution?
My Boston.
A lot of his players
I
are under the
actually,
portal.
I like the fact that they're
Put money,
finally
some money.
putting the money in.
Yeah.
They weren't doing it. You're either you got to be in or you're out. There's no halfway
Are you
in or
sending
out
them
of this
money?
thing. So, The money, yeah.
Are you sending them money?
No, hell no. I don't care if they win.
They
a
owe him
championship
money.
or not. Yeah,
They owe you
they
money.
Owe me
They
money.
owe us money. You know?
Right, they
Come
do.
on.
By the way, since Taylor's
Paying me
team,
in food is not enough anymore. It's not worth it.
since
The
Taylor's
12 chicken nuggets.
The extra 4.
Since Taylor's team is in the top 25, I will tell you the New Year's resolution for Notre Dame: locate reinforcements along the offensive line. This written by Brad Crawford of CBS Sports, who does a great job covering college football. Miami's resolution is find quarterback one, QB1 in the transfer portal. Because obviously
We'll just
they've
keep doing
done that
portal.
the last
Are we
few
not
years.
gonna?
I would say Notre
Are they
Dame
gonna try
get
to
in a
actually find one?
conference.
No,
Get
they're
in
not
a
gonna do
conference.
that. Be in big enough brand where you don't need a conference.
That's right, says Notre Dame.
The top 3, in case you're wondering, for Indiana, pick the right transfer quarterback for the third straight offseason. So
That's funny.
same lines as.
Isn't that the key, even at the college level? You got to have the QB
Well, like
for your system. You
Like
know what I
Ohio
mean? Like,
State's
it's
not
gotta-
going to look in the transfer portal for a starting quarterback because Julian Sand will
Right.
return. But for most of the teams next year, outside of a few, like Georgia, Gunnar Stockton, I assume will be their starting quarterback next year.
Yeah. You think?
Oh, I
mean, why-
just
unless-
had a vision.
You remember that drama, by the way?
Raiola, Dominic Raiola to the Gators.
Oh.
That would be a good one because he did go to sign to Georgia too.
Then
you see that-
Nebraska.
Yeah. And then maybe he'll change his whole look to look like Tim Tebow or something. I don't know.
That'll be challenging. To go from
Shave
Mahomes
his
to
head.
Tebow.
Yeah.
That was one of the
Take some
funniest
juice and shove
meme
it
when
in
they
the
said he
shit.
was entering the transfer portal, and somebody just posted a thing saying, "I hope he knows he can't transfer to the Kansas City Chiefs," because it's just like the weirdness with all of that. But yeah, what do you guys think? You think you're rolling with Trammell, or they do?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
This time of year is tricky because everyone's entering the transfer portal and no one's obviously picking schools at this point in time. So
Show
I
me the
don't
money.
know what Buster Faulkner will want. He's the new offensive coordinator that came from Georgia Tech. I'm sure he'd love to be able to take Haynes King, but I'm pretty sure he's run out of eligibility at this point in time. Although then again, I don't know if that's even a thing these days.
That's why the backup had been rumored.
Yes.
The Georgia Tech.
Yeah. But yeah, I liked Trammell Jones Jr. the little bit that we got to see him, and then obviously his high school football outside of his senior year when he was injured was tremendous. But I don't have a good enough feel yet of what John Sumrall wants, and obviously he's the guy that feels like he's now all in on Florida, and he's done with Tulane now that Tulane season ended, but obviously there for a while he was juggling both Tulane and Florida and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know yet. I feel like this time next year I'll have a better idea of his personality on the field and things like that. By the way, speaking of college football, tomorrow night, Miami at Ohio State. You can hear that game right here on 10:10 a.m. and the AM stream, beginning with pregame coverage at 6:30.
You know, you think about the QB position at the college level, like you either got to be this ridiculous freshman that's going to start, right?
Yep.
Or the portal, but there's got to be a bunch of guys that are like sophomores and juniors that are just kind of stuck in like purgatory. Like they're just going to stay at their team. Maybe they make a little bit of money. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be a weird kind of to manage all that. You know, you can have the 4-star, 5-star, whatever come in, but can you keep them?
Yeah.
You know, can you even if he has a good year, how do you know not all these other schools are just going to start flooding? That's what happened. Who did it happen to? Who was it? Was it a quarterback or a running back? They just all are after him now. He's a Florida State. Is it the Florida State back? One of the running backs, either Florida State or I thought maybe it was.
Are you talking about Baugh?
Oh, Jaden
Florida's
Ball
Baugh?
from Florida.
Baugh from
Jaden
Florida.
Ball,
Yes, sorry. I'm sorry. All these schools now are coming after him, right?
he
That's
hasn't
hard.
entered the portal yet.
That's hard to manage, is what I'm
technically
getting at,
they can.
especially at quarterback.
That's why they have agents.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now they have.
Yeah, hopefully Florida comes up with enough money and keeps Jaden Baugh, because I think he's obviously one of the most important players
yeah,
for
you
John
hope.
Sumrall
But
to.
Ohio State could come with a truckload, and you're
Well,
like,
Texas is
see
more
ya.
rumored because
Yeah.
Florida's running back coach Jabbar Jalouk went from Florida to Texas
Okay,
already.
Texas, whoever.
Right,
They
they've
could be
got a
like,
ton of
here's
money.
whatever you
And
want.
their running back left. Yeah, Reisner.
Weisner.
He left. Yeah.
Yep. So there you have it. That's my college football rant for today. I will bring you today's Terminix Pest of the Day. On the other side, think Fred Taylor. No, he's not the pest, but something along those lines. Keep it right here on Helmets and Heels, 10 to next on 92.5 FM.
This is Helmets and Heels.
Fought for you by Green Law Group on 1010XL. Food, friends, and football. After you watch the game, discuss it with Hacker Leon and Coach Gerald Ingram. The window world of Northeast Florida, 5th quarter. Live from Hurricane Grill and Wings, San Marco. Nailed down by Apex Roofing and Contracting.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Now that Christmas is over, it's time to treat your truck. Head to Leonard Truck Outfitters, where you can turn that Christmas cash or gift cards into the perfect truck upgrade. Whatever your truck needs, Leonard has it. If Santa didn't quite get it, go fix it at Leonard Truck Outfitters. Or maybe you did get exactly what you wanted, and now it's time to add even more. 2 locations, Landing and Beach Boulevard. Leonard Truck Outfitters, built for the way you work, play, and drive.
Hey guys, Taylor Gall here of Helmets and Heels. Chick-fil-A Catering is here to make it a little easier for you to bring your family together this holiday season. Whether you need a full meal, a side dish, or dessert, choose from a variety of trays like Chick-fil-A nuggets, mac and cheese, and brownies, perfect for any size get-together. And you can easily order through the Chick-fil-A app. Place your order in the app, online, or by calling ahead, then pick it up at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Take one thing off your plate this holiday season and bring the smiles to your family gathering with Chick-fil-A. Availability and order requirements may vary. See restaurant for details.
Best Bet is number 1. That's right, Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine have one-card poker, the fastest and easiest card game to learn and play. Play one card at a time, and the highest card wins even money. If the card values are the same, it's time for war, just like the game you remember. You must be 18 years or older to play. Learn all the games at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Helmets and Heels Tuesday.
Litigated by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
We love talking sports on 1010XL, and I9 Sports loves giving kids the perfect way to grow up playing the game. Spring and summer registration going on right now. Log on to i9sports.com to see all they've got to offer for kids ages 3 and up. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Year-round sports all across the First Coast. St. John's, Duval, and Clay. Sign up now for spring and summer. Great new locations added like Tocoi Creek High School and Westside Middle. Get your kids in the game with i9 Sports. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount at i9sports.com.
Julington Creek Pest Control has been serving our community since 1984. Our turf management program is an all-out blitz, granular fertilization, weed and insect control, keeping your lawn championship green all year. Quarterly pest control stops bugs before they ever cross your goal line. Family-owned, locally operated, expert technicians, top quality products, no gimmicks, just winning results. Julington Creek Pest Control, our family serving yours since 1984.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Hey folks, it's Frank Frangie for Lee and Kate's Glass. They say you're going to see a big difference, but what does that really mean? It means a live local person on the phone, a smooth, easy process, skilled craftsmen, and excellent customer service all around, with your satisfaction absolutely guaranteed. Visit LeeandKatesGlass.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Hey folks, it's Frank Frangie. Now, I've been telling you about my daughter Amber, and she's been telling you how much weight she's dropped with Awaken 180. It's hard to believe. Even in football season, even when she hangs out with her friends, and even when she tailgates and does all that stuff, she's still losing weight. You can even drink alcohol. Can you believe that? Well, Awaken 180 shows you how to swap calories, not flavor. You have to be disciplined, but they make it easy. Amber and I talk about this all the time. She can't believe how easy it is, and she's so excited about it. But what I will tell you is it's really working. I see how excited she is. I see the look on her face. I see how her self-esteem has changed and her confidence. It's one of the greatest things that's ever happened with my daughter, and it means that much to me. Now, Awaken 180 programs are reimbursable with your HSA or FSA, and those HSA dollars expire December 31st. Don't leave money on the table. Call Awaken 180 today and kickstart your transformation before the new year. Call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800, or go to awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
I'll cool down with a couple other fun Jaguars numbers for this season. This is one that I've kind of tracked throughout the season, and it continues to be Trevor Lawrence in the top throughout the majority of the season. But most first downs or touchdowns on third down this season. Number 1 is Justin Herbert. Number 2, Bo Nix. Number 3, Josh Allen. Number 4, Dak Prescott. Number 5, Trevor Lawrence. Number 6, Drake May. Number 7, Jordan Love. Number 8, Caleb Williams. And tied at number 8 is Caleb Williams and Baker Mayfield. So that's one thing that I remember around week 6, 7, Trevor was still in that. I think he was like 8th at that point, but he's clearly climbed through that. He has 69 first downs or touchdowns on a third down. And then another one I told you guys on break, it was points off of turnovers. The Jags lead the league with 96. The Bears are second with 90, but the next closest to that is the Pittsburgh Steelers with 77. So those two teams, they have a lot of takeaways, but they're also scoring off a lot of the takeaways, and that's good.
Make them pay.
Yep.
You know, every time you get a takeaway, you got to try to make them pay. At least 3
Touchdowns
points.
off takeaways.
That's right.
I'm telling you, I'm going to
Throw bombs.
I'm going to create some tank tops that just say touchdowns off takeaways.
There you go.
And
Tots.
Yeah, all
TOT,
Duval will be able
dynamite.
to,
Tater
be able to rep it. Sure.
Touchdown over tackle.
That works too. By the way, Bees, I'm assuming you'll be at the game on Sunday.
That's why I came back early.
All
you
right.
know, I love football. I
Beast, listen, Beast doesn't sit and watch the game. He sits and watches the game, and then he goes over here, and then he goes over there, and then he goes to the suites, and then he goes over to here. Right? You're all over the place.
I'm all over
he
the
loves
place.
bebopping
You got
around.
to see the people, and you're not working, so you don't have to stay in one place.
Well, I am working because I have to watch the game.
That's right.
A little bit.
Yes.
And, and come here and act like I know what I'm talking about.
That's right, Beast.
But you do know what you're talking about. All right,
That's right.
time now for today's Terminix Pest of the Day is always brought to you by our friends at Terminix. They take care of all the pest control issues at Everbank Stadium, ViStar Ballpark, ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena, and all of your favorite event venues around town. They also take care of all the pest control issues that we have at our house, and basically that means we don't have any pest control issues because Terminix is there. Terminix.com, Terminix.com. So the Hall of Fame committee, I think y'all could figure out what I was referring to there before the break. The Hall of Fame committee for leaving Fred Taylor out with the 15 modern day finalists, semifinalists. Fred Taylor, if you watched him play football, and Tom and Bees, I'll just let y'all take it away really from here, but if you watched him play football, you know that he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And to me, at this point, he's already had to wait too long, and he's not going to make it this year.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're biased because we saw him and he's our friend, but the reality is he was one of the greatest to play the game. I've used this stat a lot. I know Prisco just did on Twitter, or at least through my timeline, but he's one of now 3 players to have averaged 4.6 yards a carry with over 2,500 carries in their career. There's only 3 players in the entire NFL that have done that. Barry Sanders, Adrian Peterson, and Fred Taylor. Barry's already in.
Yep.
Adrian's a lock. Why isn't Fred Taylor in there? Like, what more do you need? I know, look, what goes into it, Pro Bowls, they shouldn't, but they do. And Bees was saying during the break, and it's true, like during Fred's era, there were a lot of really good running backs that got a lot of notoriety and that were popular. They just were. And it was tough to break into that. But at the end of the day, Fred Taylor, I mean, that stat right there just tells me alone. That's a lot of carries at 4.6. You know how I feel about yards per carry. Because think about it. You could rush for 100 yards against me. But if it's in 30 carries, I won the day.
Yeah.
I held you to 3.3 yards a carry. I don't care that you rushed for 100. That means nothing. I, per carry, stopped you. I stuffed you the whole day because that was your average. Now take it on the other side at 2,500 carries at 4.6 yards a carry.
That's almost
4.6.
Yeah.
I mean,
carries,
if that was
first down.
if we were on defense and they ran a 4.6 yard average against us, our ass would be grass. And we'd be running and we'd be yelled at. It would be all types of stuff. That's terrible for a defense to give up. For a back to average that on that many carries and only be one of 3 in the history of the entire NFL, of all the great running backs you could name that have played that position, and Fred Taylor's one of the 3, that's a lock. It's an absolute lock, just that alone.
Yeah.
Well, my issue is that it's so much media involvement in the vote instead of peers.
Yeah.
You know, like we're the guys that played against these guys, and they named the program the Legends Program because everybody played in the NFL. That's what they call it. But all the guys that make the Hall of Fame, they're just in that special class. But just to make it, just to get a tryout, just to get a workout in the NFL, you have to be special. So why not take it from the guys who actually were out there and like give more credit to their vote. I mean, because there's no politics when it's us. You know, it's like, man,
Who's the best?
Fred was a feared running back. You know, I mean, first carry, touchdown. I mean, that was enough for me to say, like, man. But
against the Ravens.
No, was it the
Wasn't it
Ravens?
at home?
I thought it was the Dolphins on the Monday night game.
No, that was in his first carry of his career, but his first carry of his career was a 54-yarder
Touchdown.
cutback. Yeah,
Touchdown. I mean,
at home,
yeah. And like, just to see how easy it was for him at that size. I mean, when he first got here, he was about 225, 230 in that range.
Hey, big boy.
I mean, he was cutting like Barry Sanders. I mean, and I was like, man, this
Yeah.
dude is a freak.
And he
I
can
wouldn't let
catch
him get
the
his
ball.
21. I get credit for giving him the number 28. You know, back then, you had to pay a little bit for the jersey. You know, you wanted her.
He didn't want to give it up. He's like, no, I'll take
Smart
28.
man. That's smart man.
I remember one of my favorite plays of Fred was against Baltimore up there, and he caught a deep pass on the sideline from Brunell. And Rod Woodson was on his tail, like right on his tail. And Rod Woodson at the time was still considered one of the fastest guys on the field, the fastest DBs. And he didn't catch Freddie. And it was like it was like 80 yards, 70 yards. And I just remember like, oh my gosh. And he was a rookie. He was still a rookie. He was just like,
So I get deja
this
vu
kid's
from that
unbelievable.
because I went to the Jets in my first game back here in Jacksonville. I knew the plays. I knew everything. They motioned Freddie out. Jimmy's going to get it on the seam. I jumped Jimmy. Fred's still running. I said, no, first play back in Jacksonville. That's what happened to me.
Unbelievable.
He didn't score, though.
No, he was special. You know, look, Frank Gore's deserving. You can't say he's not.
Because of the
not the wow
longevity
factor,
more-
though.
Yeah,
No, I
the
know,
longevity more than the explosive.
I understand, but that is part of it. I mean, look what happened to Baselli. It's because of his years. Whether we agree with it or not, it just if you play that long and what is he, third on the list now? Second, third in rushing
Gore
yards?
is third.
You know,
All-time
it's hard to
rushing
beat. It's hard to sit there and be like, you got to put Fred in over Frank. I think Freddie's better than Frank, but Frank had a phenomenal career too. You know, and his stats show that he's one hell of a running back as well, and did it a really long time. And at that position, it matters.
Yeah, I guess the way I would like to phrase it is who scared you the most on the field? And Baselli as a left tackle intimidated the guys that, tried to get around him. Fred Taylor intimidated. Jimmy Smith intimidated defenses.
Yeah.
And so that's where, to your point about the players weighing in.
You had to actually game plan around those guys, you know, and that was pretty special to watch.
The Jaguars do have Trevor because of Frank Gore, so
That's valid.
There you go.
I remember getting home it was a home game that the Jaguars lost that day. And I remember saying, I'm going to pop champagne if the Jaguars end up with the number 1 overall pick. Thanks to Frank Gore, pop some
We could
champagne.
have Zach Wilson.
Yeah, right.
My bad.
I wonder what. I'd like to know what the criteria actually is to get in. You know, and is it universal from all the voters? You know what I mean, or do you get to decide?
Yeah,
you know,
like
is
what
it-
you weigh
It's
more.
more eye test than anything.
I think it is more individual.
It's
We've had
subjective.
Shireen Williams and on a few times she's a voter, and we might want to get her on and talk more about this and what is the reason for Fred Taylor, because we had her on when it was Baselli and when all of that was going on, but chatting with her to see, but she did kind of say it is different people weigh certain things a little bit more, and I even remember her mentioning she doesn't weigh Pro Bowls as much as maybe some other people weigh the
Right.
Pro Bowls, and so it is individual. But I do think that the player side of things, the players that played against them are the ones that probably have the most knowledge of if these guys are who we think they are.
Yeah, I always felt with Tony was the 4 other tackles that were already in. He was as good or better than in the same era. And they were really great. Walter Jones was unbelievable left tackle for Seattle.
Willie Rofe.
Yeah, Willie Rofe, Orlando Pace, and then Ogden. But Tony was as good or better than all 4. And to me, that's it. What more do you want?
Yeah.
What do you need? He played long enough. You know, he played 91 games. That's more than some other guys that are in from the earlier days.
Yeah.
So, I think that matters.
Were they elite at their level for multiple seasons? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
And I don't know that if you were to put the tape on a Frank Gore that you'd ever walk away from the same
It's just hard to
the same feeling that when you watch Fred Taylor.
with all those yards, it's hard. And look, Curtis Martin wasn't flashy, but he was tough as nails.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, he didn't wow you with 80-yard runs, but he'd rip off 3 40-yarders. You know, he'd catch a ball. You know what I'm saying? So you got to factor in the production. You can't. It's just the longevity allowed him to get the the production, but that's part of it, right? To be able to last that long as a running back and have all those yards and be, top 3, that's deserving of being in the Hall.
Yeah. You know who I think will get in faster than Fred Taylor? Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Derrick Henry, probably first.
Don't you have a certain amount of years that you could?
5 years.
Yeah.
Well,
But once
no,
you've
I'm
been
talking
retired.
about. Oh, you mean his time out?
Yeah.
Right.
But I
you
think
have a
once he's eligible, I feel like Derrick Henry will be,
Pretty quickly.
if not first,
But
potentially.
once you're on the list, don't you only have a limited amount of years that you can go in?
Yes.
It's not forever.
No.
that you're on,
I
right?
want to say it's like
15.
10 or 15 or something like that, because Baselli was inching obviously closer and closer before he got in. All right, one more segment to go here on Helmets and Heels. Lock into 1010XL 92.5 FM.
This is Helmets and Heels.
Fought for you by Green Law Group on 1010XL.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
Frank Frangie for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember when the Jaguars upset the Denver Broncos in the 1996 divisional round as a 14-point underdog and launched them into the AFC Championship? Well, you know who won't upset you? The team at Coil Fencing. Coil is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and has been serving the Jacksonville community for nearly 100 years. From sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love to tough chain link for your commercial project, Coil does it all. Visit CoilJacks.com. That's COILE Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, partner of the Jacksonville Jaguar.
It's a Helmets and Heels Tuesday, backed by Morgan & Morgan.
Rick Ballou here with a congratulations for John's Auto. They've been in business in Jacksonville for 40 years. That's right, going all the way back to 1985. Right now, they'd like to thank each and every one of you who's ever gotten their vehicle serviced at John's Auto. So, car, truck, or diesel, all makes, all models, whether it's a routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul, go to John's Auto on Arlington Road, johnautomotivejacks.com.
This bowl season, upgrade your game plan with a visit to Burlock & Barrel, Duval's first distillery dedicated solely to whiskey, right in the Brooklyn Riverside neighborhood. Stop in to see how we turn local grains into small batch whiskey, earning awards at every competition. Book a tour, settle in for a tasting, or escape the scoreboard for a bit at our full whiskey bar. Whether your team's winning or character building, at least your whiskey can be solid. At Burlock & Barrel in Riverside or burlockandbarrel.com.
To get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course.
Oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Are you searching for a career in the HVAC industry? Florida Home AC is looking for an A-team, full-time positions for qualified individuals to train for HVAC service technicians, install mechanics, and sales consultants. Just log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and click on careers to find out more. We're talking great compensation, a 5-day work week, no downtime in the off-season, and a company-provided vehicle. Check it all out at FloridaHomeAC.com/career. That's FloridaHomeAC.com/career. Equal opportunity employment.
Is the home of the Florida Gators. Get your Gators hoops on 1010XL. Brought to you by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah, Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville, and Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
The new Ackerman Cancer Center is now open at World Golf Village, providing state-of-the-art screenings and diagnostic exams with no referral required. Same-day appointments are available. Call today or visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Almost out of time on this Tuesday afternoon. By the way, Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah.
I won't be here tomorrow, but I'll be back on Friday. So my early Happy New Year's to everyone. And
Happy New Year.
limit the fireworks if you live in Jack's Beach, please. I know that's
Yeah,
never
no
going to
doubt.
happen, but my dog hates the fireworks, and
Yep.
therefore I hate the fireworks on
Yep.
his behalf.
What
No,
does
they
he?
do.
Does he bark the whole time? He just gets nervous?
he just gets really scared and he refuses to go outside.
Oh.
So that's the hard part is like
What do you give him, some pot brownies and let him chill out, or what?
we do have medication from the veterinarian.
Oh, that kind of medication, sure. That'll work
Prescribed
too.
medication. But yeah, it's just when he was a puppy, someone set off a
No,
firework worked
yeah.
really close to him, and ever since then he's been just super
Ours don't like him
scared.
either. I don't
I'm
think a lot of
sure.
dogs
No,
like
I
that
don't think
loud
they do.
noise type of stuff. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I heard some the other night. I'm like, already?
Yeah, they were
It's not-
starting in my neighborhood
Yeah.
too the other
Was
night.
it Sunday? Because there's one of our neighbors sets off fireworks after the Jags win.
Oh, maybe it was.
Could be.
Which I can understand. I mean,
Yeah.
so they probably budgeted for like 5 to
Yeah.
7 games of fireworks, and now they
They had to go
double that.
restock halfway through the season.
Absolutely. Bees, who is your MVP on the defensive side of the ball for the Jacksonville
Oh,
Jaguars?
that's easy.
Is it
Lloyd.
Devin Lloyd? Okay.
I mean, to me, that's easy.
It's hard not to say him.
I mean, the plays he's made this year, the improvement he's made this year. I mean, he just become an all-around linebacker.
Yeah.
I mean, you can blitz him, you can send him, you can drop him in coverage. That's what you want in a linebacker.
For sure.
Especially and that's why I like what we're doing on defense, because people don't want to drop our defensive ends, but those dudes are athletic. I mean, they both run like a 4.5. So you get them dropping out there and just get their hands up, you're going to get a lot of pass deflections.
Yeah.
And
Surprise
confusion, and that's what you need.
Yeah. I think Devon Hamilton is a guy we don't talk about enough.
He's been
Yes.
great. He's been great.
And see, that's why Lloyd is MVP, because he's doing such a great job of keeping people off of our linebackers. I mean, that's how it works together.
I'll throw out a most improved player.
Yeah.
Antonio Johnson.
Antonio Johnson.
He's been
Yeah.
playing great.
Yeah.
Man, I remember when we drafted him, like, they got him in the 5th round. That kid is big and fast. And you can tell he's got an attitude. And
Yeah.
now he's really playing some good football.
Very smart football,
Yeah.
which is great. Yeah, I think offensively, the MVP would probably have to be Trevor, but we could certainly go through and say a Travis Etienne deserves some consideration. The offensive line as a whole, at times,
Trevor.
certain games, hasn't allowed a
Trevor.
sack or a quarterback hit, but it has to be Trevor.
I mean, we
Yes.
could
Parker
say-
Washington has come on,
Especially the second half
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
the season.
I mean, you can say the running game helps, but without Trevor, we're nowhere near the record.
Yeah, I just feel like the first 8 games, let's say, that it was the running game. So I almost have to
Fair.
split it
That's fair,
because
too.
I
Yeah.
think that the running game saved Trevor a lot in the
did,
beginning of
and
the
saved the
season. But
team.
now
Yep.
Trevor's kind of done the reverse when the run game
Yeah.
hasn't been performing as well. Defensively for me, there's multiple reasons. He's been playing really well, but I also think the role he's had to step into, and for me, that's a Buster Brown. I think Buster's been playing so well. He had one of his best games against the Colts this last week, too. And I think that watching him progress in the way that he's gotten better, too, and like I said, you were not really counting on him having to be a guy, and he's stepped into a bigger role, and I feel like has been one of the
Yeah.
better players and consistent players throughout these seasons, too.
Foyer's, I mean,
Oh,
he's
Foyer,
always,
absolutely.
he's been phenomenal. I mean, he's all over the place. They should blitz him more. I like to see him get after the QB a little bit more.
And you know he loves that too.
He's a tackling machine. He's fast. I mean, he hustles. He's always running to the football, full speed. You could tell that guy really wants it, really wants to make plays, and he does make a ton of them. There's no doubt.
Brenton Strange, I feel like, is part of the glue for the offense, too. Like, I'd have to go back and look at the stats of what Trevor did when Brenton Strange was not out there on the field, like when he was hurt a little bit, because I feel like that's when we saw maybe a little bit of a dip in the production.
When you're the staff looking at who are the guys with the right attitude, you're like, 85. He's like one on top of the list. I want him on my team no matter what, because he's got the right
Blocking, catching, everything.
I feel like honestly we could do a 2-hour show about unsung heroes for this team for sure. Speaking of unsung heroes.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Hayes, you don't get enough of credit for all the work that you do.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
How was Strings yesterday?
Oh, it's great. Unbelievable. And what a turnout. And I can't wait to see what it's going to be like Sunday. It will be unbelievable. and certainly blitzing the bank.
Yep.
That's
and
right.
showing those Titans. who's
How
boss.
many shotguns you guys do at that pregame show? Don't you do
We've
one?
gotten it up
What do
to
you-
like 2 now.
Okay.
So with it being a game where you can clinch a division,
If I swing
might
by,
have to get
can
it
I
up
do
to
one
3
with you maybe?
Of course.
Off air?
Yeah.
Or on it, whatever. I
Get
don't
there
care.
10 minutes before 10. So 9:50.
9:50.
It's cocktail hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
I don't know if I'll be
ready
there by
for it.
9:50, but I could
Yeah.
make it at 10:30.
Well, I'll be in the press box by then.
Oh,
but
you
you're
will?
Free,
Oh,
but feel
okay.
free to have as many drinks as you want at
Oh, at
tailgate.
the end. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Well, I'll drink one for you.
Yeah, the show time is 8 to 10.
Yeah, right. I knew that. No, I knew that. I'm a company guy. I know.
But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun on Sunday, and we got a fun Frangie show. Frank's obviously on vacation this week, but Hacker kind enough to join us, so it'll be lots of Jaguars talk. We get into some college football as well. Lots of portal coaching changes going on. Yesterday it was all Jaguars, so we'll spread out a little bit today, but still keep it primarily on these Jaguars coming up.
All right.
Sounds good.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
guys.
Hayes. We
Yep.
shall be listening. All right, that'll do it for us today. Bees, thanks so much for hanging out with us.
It was fun. I'm glad to be back,
Back in the routine and swing of things.
Now I got to go find a golf course.
Back in the
tomorrow.
saddle.
Yeah,
Wear
wear your
gloves.
long johns. Yeah, and gloves.
No, this is warm.
Yeah.
That's true. You were just up in Philly.
20.
For Taylor Dahl, for Aaron Beasley, for Tom McManus, for Aaron Williams, filling in for RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks. These heels are made for talking. We will talk to you tomorrow, but don't go anywhere. The Frangie Show comes up next.
You keep lying when you ought to be.